Hey gang, if you already watched my Dunkirk video, you know that I recently pulled that out of a crate and just recently got enough coal to pick up Jean Bart. I debated a while about whether I wanted Jean Bart or whether I wanted Musashi, and Musashi just, from everything I read, it just didn't seem like it was going to suit my play style. It seems, it looks like a great ship and certainly a moneymaker, but being a DD main, the kind of long range type of it just didn't suit me. So I went with Jean Bart, which the first couple of games were disastrous. I think I posted one the other day. I had one team where literally the entire team decided to move to the cap that I was moving to support in a just terrible lemming train that was an abject failure by anybody's definition. But I managed to have a pretty decent game, and that actually got me thinking that I might have more success with this ship if I played it a little bit differently. In the same way that I discovered for myself that playing the Dunkirk more like a cruiser than a battleship was successful for me, I thought, well, maybe the same would be true with Jean Bart. Maybe I'm just not playing to the ship's strengths. And when I looked through some of the replays of the couple games that I had played in Jean Bart as well as the Dunkirk, that was the conclusion that I came to. That it wasn't the ship, it was me, and that if I wanted better results, I needed to change the way that I was playing the ship. So I did that. I did that with both Dunkirk and Jean Bart. Had a much better game with Dunkirk, and as you'll see here, a much better game with Jean Bart than I had in the previous couple of games. So to sum it up, I played it a little bit more like a cruiser. I was a little bit more cautious about getting caught in open water by anyone with big guns. Jean Bart is not a pushover, at least not in my opinion, but it's, again, in my opinion, not a battleship that you want to get into a slug fest with another battleship in. To me, at least so far, Jean Bart seems more like a raider. You want to get in, you want to make your shots, and you want to vanish. And I tried to do that in this game, and I believe I had a pretty decent game with that approach. Now, if you have Jean Bart, and you've had any success with it, I'd love to hear what you think about the ship and about the way that I played it in this game. So I was able to make a shot right there on the Worcester, and wasn't even detected. The island cover kept me fairly safe. Now, I would have loved to have citadeled it, but I thought, okay, well, this kind of sets the tone for the game. I want to try and make my shots and vanish, and that was kind of running through my mind the majority of this game. I'm looking, I say, okay, I've got an Iowa that's coming across. I got two DDs on the outside flank with the Zhao. I'm going to have those big guns here to help me, because I see a lion pushing down. Musashi going to just run along the CD line there. Just some chip shot damage on the Benson, but Shima took him out. Targeted by two, so start to turn, and then they lose me, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Just gotta watch my range, make sure I can make use of my detection, which the ship has excellent detection. 12.3 kilometers. That's going to afford me a great shot here on the Otago. Maybe this will work out a little bit better than the last one did. Yeah, I'd say so. 3 Citadel hits. I'll take it. And undetected. So, where to go from here? I see the Worcester pushing up around the other side. That's a fight I'm willing to take. I mean, he can put out a lot of shells. but I've got the reload booster. And I can do that to him. Of course, reload boosters on cooldown. Now, this is a decision initially I thought, this is crazy for Baltimore to do this. But I think it was equal parts him and the booster. The booster was probably looking, okay, I've got a John Bart coming right at me and a Baltimore. There's no way I'm going to survive this, and make sure I take out the Baltimore. So I'm just looking around the map. Where am I most needed? We got a Shima and a Lion against Fletcher, Musashi, and a Lion. We got a Lightning and a Shima against a Fletcher, and then we got the Lion against our Iowa. Zhao is presumably keeping the Musashi on fire, although I can't really see what's going on over there. And I just decide, okay, it looks like Lion's crossing. Musashi looks like he's crossing. Maybe I can get some broadside shots, and maybe I can angle in such a way that it won't be hard for me to get back to concealment. And I feel especially good about that decision, seeing the Iowa. Because he's nearly broadside to the Lion, and almost certainly will be the target of the Lion's shells, depending upon whether the Lion has his guns pointed this way, and he does. So I'll get that broadside shot, hit the rapid reload booster, try and get off some more. And you can hear all the splashes from the Lion's shells. He definitely fired on the Iowa. I'm reversing, just trying to keep him targeted as long as possible. So that's 22,000 or thereabouts on the Lion thus far. But I lose him. There he is again. One more time. Oh, 32,000 damage. Fletcher's going to keep him spotted here for a second. And now I'm invisible again. I'll keep firing because he knows more or less where I'm at, but I'm unspotted. Okay, taking a moment to think again. Lion's already crossed. Musashi's going to be crossing. The bulk of the red ships seem to be moving back toward their cap, so I should probably start heading back to the west side and follow our Iowa to be able to keep my guns working on targets. Again, constantly in the back of my head, play it like a cruiser, play it like a cruiser. Because it's big, and my initial impulse, first couple games that I played with this ship, was to get in there, to duke it out, and that just that did not go well. But Musashi's got full broadside to me, and his guns are aimed elsewhere. Now, I don't want to give him time to track me, but I was glad to get at least one shot off on him, though I didn't do a whole lot of damage. Okay, so Monarch, Alsace, and Habarovsk on that side. Salem on the far side of the flank. There's a Daring over here, so there's a torp threat. Where can I position to be the most helpful? And that's what I'm thinking about right now. And right now it's looking like probably E5, somewhere in that vicinity, maybe the south end of that. I'll get shots on anybody trying to cross into the red cap. Oh, look at that! I had HE loaded, getting ready for DDs. And I still think I'm liable to see a DD here any time. So so I don't want to switch to AP just yet. But I do have another shot at Musashi. He's got his guns aimed behind him, presumably at the Zao. Never mind my dog in the background. I've got 3 of them. It was inevitable that one of them would start barking. Now I've got one of them 100 pounds or so trying to crawl in my lap. So, I see the Alsace has put himself on the beach, or as we in ICOP like to say, he has Hasselhoffed. I'll let you do the math on why we say that. But broadside. Now I know the Lion is positioning, and he's going to have my broadside, but I just can't pass this up. And Lion goes down, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. There we go. Making him pay. There's the Daring. Got to keep an eye on him. It's looking at me like this game's all but over. So now it's just mopping up. So I'm going to turn off the mic, let you just watch the last few minutes. And I'd love to hear your feedback. How do you think I did? You think playing like a cruiser worked? Thanks a lot for watching.
Boost des moteurs désactivé. Сконцентрировать огонь на указанной цели. All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Destroyer ennemi envoyé par le fond.
Boost des moteurs activé.
Notre équipe a pris l'avantage.
Alerte incendie.
Problème résolu, chef. Torpille droit devant.